classic head-to-head battle right now, live from the Showboat Lanes. Roth will shoot first.
Chris, the current heavyweights in the game of bowling 2 years ago met on the same pair. Roth came away the victor.
Ten-pin on that left lane. It'll be the third one for Mark as he just has started the second game here on the Professional Bowlers Tour. You mentioned heavyweights. I noticed in Superstars, one of the three premieres tomorrow, two former heavyweight champions are competing. Floyd Patterson and Ingemar Johansson. I did all three of their fights. So I look forward to seeing them on Superstars. Speaking of superstars in bowling, well, here he is, 30 PBA titles from the left side. What an easy stroke.
Chris, they don't either player waste much time on the approach. They have different styles, and Earl Anthony's slow and deliberate and left-handed. Mark is speedy and throws down the right side. But yet notice how they know what they want to do. They look down at the approach, they set their hand in the ball, and they go. They don't waste any time up there. Earl just sets it, takes him about 2 seconds, and he's gone.
Opening double for Earl Anthony against Mark Roth here in the second game of the Professional Bowlers Tour. Now Roth, he marked with a spare in the first frame, trailing by 10. Shooting on the right lane now as Emmett shoots, warms up to the right. He'll meet the winner. Another 10 for Mark Roth, who won the first game, if you just joined us, over Ernie Schlegel, 235 to 213.
It's interesting to see how they both play the lanes. Roth, with the more speed and more hook, is playing a further inside line around the second arrow. The ball didn't quite finish there in the 6th, eluded the 10-pin, leaving the weak 10. But for each style, Chris, you can acclimate yourself to the lane surface. The bigger the hook, the more speed you need, and the more towards the center of the lane, the less the hook. And from our view, we'll see how much hook that Roth throws.
Good view of whether we need a haircut is what it is. Thanks a lot, guys. Oh, he got a break. Mark Roth got a break. The 10-pin delayed reaction with a strike in the third frame. Now Earl Anthony is up, shooting in the third, double working. Earl, who has that deep knee bend at the line, came back and had it look like a weak knee bend coming back. Don't blame him.
Excellent shot by Earl. Nice and smooth. You'll notice a short push away, 5-step delivery, slightly bent elbow, but he keeps it in close to his body. Everything positioned well. But on this shot, left a 6-8 split.
It's performances like that that help make people champions.
Earl maintains a 9-pin lead.
Bouncing right back with his third strike in 4 frames.
Roth trailing by 9.
All right. Look at that concentration, setting of the hand. So he makes it a 3-bagger. Coming up high, Earl was holding his hand like, be careful, the 2-7.
Chris, Earl was skeptical before we went on today. Before we did that little interview on the side, I says, who do you think is going to be the toughest to beat? He says that if Mark Roth beats Ernie Schlegel, he should be the man to beat. And I says, why? He says, it looks like the right side of the lane is a little smoother and is rolling a little better than the left. Earl going for the split.
Just like that. Going for 4 in a row. Looked as though it was going to slide by. Ooh, what power.
Chris, Mark is winning this match on power so far. He's really throwing only one perfect shot for Mark Roth, and that was in the 4th frame when he just opened him wide up. He's been topping the ball a little bit on this left-hand lane. He has to stay underneath it to maintain the strikes. Don't want to top it when they're oily.
Lead to 21 here in the 2nd game.
You see the deft touch of Earl Anthony on that shot, Chris. He had been high in the 3rd, high in the 5th. Did not move any on the approach. He just threw the ball a little harder, but stayed with his normal follow-through and swing. And that really takes the practice, and that is quite a touch. He can cut Mark Roth's lead down to 11 pins right here.
Oh, the way he places the ball at the line, that is so smooth.
I'd say he's the most accurate bowler on the PBA Tour.
So Roth now, he has a 5-bagger, shooting in the 8th frame. And leaving the 4 on their right lane.
Mark cross lane, 4-pin routine spare.
Who?
If both players strike out, and it's very feasible on a high-scoring condition, they would tie with 258.
And in case of a tie ever on our Pro Bowlers Tour telecast, it's a 2-frame roll-off. And again, a 10 on the left lane.
Mark is turning that ball as hard as he possibly can to try to get it up to the pocket on that lane, but he's left the door wide open for Earl Anthony right now. Mark, with the spare, would be leading by 9, but Earl Anthony would have a chance to take the lead coming up on his tough lane in the 9th frame.
Spare in the 9th for Mark Roth, the 27-year-old from now bowling out of North Arlington, New Jersey.
Earl on his tough lane and a crucial shot.
A 1-pin lead as a result of a 4-bagger for Earl Anthony from Kent, Washington.
Chris, we have all sorts of possibilities here. The first being if Anthony strikes in the 10th and 11th frame, he will shut out Mark Roth. The next possibility being all sorts of tie combinations. They could tie at 246, 247, even at 237. We just have to watch and see what Earl does on this shot.
He left a 7-pin.
Disappointed. He threw it perfect when he needed it. The best Earl can shoot is 237.
You know, in golf, Bo, there were back sometimes we look a replay of that shot.
A solid 7.
You know, had matches like this, Ben Hogan and Byron Nelson used to go at each other like Roth and Anthony do here in professional bowling.
Well, they're both winners, and very seldom does one of the players beat himself. Chris, the situation is now this. Earl Anthony, the best he can shoot is 237. If he strikes on this ball, he will force Roth to get 2 strikes to win. If Roth gets 9 on his first ball, he loses, strikes spare, we have a tie.
And who said bowling wasn't a complicated game? Scoring game, anyway.
Well, their heartbeat is beating right now. I'll tell you that. It is up. This is the shots that make the champions right here.
Perfect strike. I doubt you'll ever see Earl Anthony with a booming 237.
Mark Roth must strike on this ball. If he does not strike, he loses. If he strikes spare, we have a tie.
Well,
2-frame roll-off.
That's a definitive statement. There's no ifs or ands, right, Bo?
Must strike right here.